Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette. Welcome to my studio. I'm really happy that you're here with me again, that you're back and I'm back, and we just finished Christmas. I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas weekend, or a just fabulous weekend if you don't celebrate Christmas. And I want to say happy holidays because we're moving on to New Year's, and I'd say just about all of us celebrate New Year's one way or the other, even if we don't go out and do party or whatever. For me, I like to craft that day, or usually, honestly and truly, I'm cleaning my studios to getting me set for the whole new year. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyway, I want to welcome all of my brand new subscribers, and welcome. I have a bunch of you, and I'm so thrilled that each and every one of you is here. And big hugs and kisses, and welcome to all of my returning subscribers. I love you all. Thank you for the wonderful Christmas messages, each and every one of you. I didn't reply back. It was sort of a busy day, and I at least put a heart on everything. So for those of you who are new, I want you to know I usually answer all of my comments if I can, if I see them. Lately, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I'm not seeing all my comments. And sometimes I never see them. And I might see them 3 months later, which just drives me crazy because, you know, I like to respond to you. So if I didn't, there's some reason I didn't see it. I never ignore a comment. I really try, unless I'm ill or away, or you know, it's a special day like Christmas was. But otherwise, I do respond to comments. I love them. I love communicating with you. It's how we build our community, and comments is kind of the heart and soul for the video person who's making these videos, making this content for YouTube. We kind of live for those comments because it lets us know you're watching and what you like and what you're doing, and you know, we want to be part of your lives and you want us to be part of ours. And obviously, because I craft and chat on my videos. So when you see, if you're new, when you see a title and you see craft and chat, it means that day we're chatting about whatever, and we're crafting at the same time, because I don't do tutorials. So I will chat, but I won't chat. I may not be as chatty this year. We'll see. I'm going to try to keep more to the project and maybe not chit chat quite so much. We'll kind of see if I have stories to tell or not, you know, because I know it's not always necessary to chat unless you've got something to say. So anyway, let's get busy. We're going to be making a folded pocket notebook. I've done a little bit of the prep work, and I'll walk you through what I did do so that, you know, if you want to make one, it'll be easy for you to do that. And, oh, darn, I forgot to bring it in here. A lot of you asked for the tall tag holder, pocket tag holder. Every one of you said you would like to see it made. Every one of the comments said you would like to see that made on a video. So I will be doing that. I had already had, this video prepped and ready to go. So I'll have to back up and get the other one ready, you know, and then I'll do that for you. And I finally, excitedly got my scoreboards. Woohoo! That was my present for my husband. I got one in each size that I wanted. I'm so excited. I also got a jelly plate and a brayer for that. But these were what I asked for Christmas, and he made me wait. They came in early, but he wouldn't let me have them till Christmas. So, of course, I've already been using them like crazy. So you're going to be seeing these new little stars in my video. These are going to be my little leading lady and ladies here. My co-stars, I should say. I'm the leading lady. So anyway, alrighty, let's get to work on this. I'm going to pull this off. I just want you to have something pretty to look at. This piece actually came from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. I've cut quite a bit off of it. It's not as big as it used to be. It's getting kind of small, but I still have a pretty piece that I like to put down every now and then, so you're not just looking at my gray work mat. So I'm going to pull up these sleeves and we're going to get busy. Oh, and this is one of my new little tools and my new scissors. So I've got all kinds of goodies. I actually have some more tools on order that I'm waiting to come in to kind of help me with my work, make things a little bit easier for me. Because, you know, I have arthritis, and so, yeah, the hands aren't as good as they used to be. So I kind of need a little help, and scissors and rulers and things are super helpful for me. So anyway, this is, now this is not my original idea. I think the first time I ever saw a version of this, it was a much bigger version, I believe, was Crafty Cat USA with Amy. I think she did these last year in last winter. And then a number of other people have done them since then. So, it was in my to-do pile. Of course, my version is my version. You know, I do my own little thing with it, but we all do our version of it. So this is made from a 12 by 12 scrapbook piece of paper. We'll start by saying that. And it is from Jane's Memoirs by Jen Bishop. So, you know, I'm on a kick. So it came from this paper pad. And I have, as I said, a number of projects for those. And what I did was I took the whole piece of paper and I cut it right in half. So I'm using, you know, 1/2 of the paper. I think this is the bottom half on this one. It's not this piece of paper, but one similar to it. And so I'm using half of one of those. And I have taken the paper and I have scored it. Now, I scored it at, if you were looking at half this, I scored it at 3, 6, and 9 to get my 4 even pieces for this little goodie. So 3, 6, and 9. And like I said, I don't do tutorials, so, you know, I'll tell you what I used, but I'm not gonna, you know, lay it all out. So if you're new and you're looking for tutorials, ladies, I do talk about everything I'm doing, so it's equivalent to one. I just don't do a lot of prep, and I don't do a lot of measuring, and although in some of my newer projects, I guess they'll be very close to tutorials, but I'm never going to call it that because there's an expectation with a tutorial that I definitely won't meet. So I have folded this little baby, and I'm going to pull these out. I think it'll be okay to do that. And that's the notebook part. We'll pull those out, and we'll talk about those in a minute. So what I did was at 3, 6, and 9, I scored. And then I folded them, you know, forward, backwards. So, you know, I went folded that way, and then I went like that, and, you know, so that gives us all these little bits and pieces. Now, you don't have to do this on scrapbook paper. I have seen it done on file folders. I've seen it done on digital papers. You can use whatever you would like to use. And I have cut out some images that I want to put on a couple of the pages. And I've made myself some little pockets from bits and pieces from the kit. So we're going to have pockets, and we're going to have some decorations. And I've brought along some words and some book page for us to decorate this, because there isn't a whole lot to do. I did ink it because I like to ink, and I want to bring out, you know, highlight the edges and things of the pieces that I'm using, because this is a very busy paper. So even decorating this can be a challenge because your eye is like, what the heck? There's so much here. So when you fold this all up, in these little folds, I took and I cut down, I think these are about 5 3/4 and 2 and, let me see. I will measure it for you because you might want to know what I did. Yeah, I did 2 1/2 for the page, and then, yep, 5 3/4. This is my length and my, just to stick in between here. Now, you can either stitch these in by hand, stitch them in, and you put them in every little goodie here by hand. You can put them in by sewing machine, or you can glue them in. Now, I've never glued them in. I thought I might try that today just for the heck of it to see what I think. For those of you who don't hand stitch or don't have a sewing machine, I thought this might be nice for you to see a different way to do it. We can try it. It's kind of time consuming, but we'll see how much time we have to do this. So I've already been chatting quite a while, so I better get busy here. Alrighty, so I am going to pull those back out because it's just too hard to glue with those in there, but this is done on coffee dyed paper is what I used inside. You can use any kind of paper you want. I just thought it was quite interesting, and it went along with the vintage Victorian antique feel of this whole thing. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue. I'm going to see, I didn't do any gluing yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the pin just to make sure this little puppy's open and ready to go. My room is getting colder at night, and I notice my glue is getting much thicker and a little more crabby. So as you know, I use paper clips to keep things together when I'm, you know, kind of doing a little pre-design. And I think it's probably going to be easier if I work on it flat. Although, you know, you see all this over here, it kind of confuses you, but I don't want to take a chance of accidentally gluing the wrong thing. I would like to separate her out a little bit by putting her on a bit of, this is vintage Italian book page that I got from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Usually this tears really nicely, and today not so much. It's garbage day in the neighborhood, so you're going to hear some banging around, but you know, I can't wait for all of my neighbors to go out and get their garbage cans because I never know when they're going to be home from work or what they're doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and film. I noticed that the print on one side of this book page is very faded, while the other, this is from the 1800s. Or no, this one I think is the 1700s book page. I can't read Italian, so it wouldn't do me any good to save it. Although I do have some I bought from Rachel that will never be cut. So I do have some that are never ripped or torn or used at all. I do have some that I have reserved that I bought to add to my book collection because I have a library. All right. Let me see. I just want to add a little something behind her to kind of break up all the pattern that I've got going here. This is actually the back page. I just realized I thought this was the front I'm working on, but no, it's the back page. So just trying to figure out where I want to put her. I'm thinking right there. It's a little square, but it's very difficult for me to rip round. My hands do not like to rip paper. My dexterity isn't what it used to be. All right, let's do a little, I'm using a little bit of vintage photo, but I'm using the oxide. I just started using that and I really like it. It seems to be much darker than the regular vintage photo. And it seems like I'm just putting more and more and more ink on all the time and not getting the effect I want. So I've kind of switched myself over to see what I feel about using that, because I'm getting a better, especially on these vintage pieces where I really want to see it. I find that I think this is going to be better for me to use. I have a raspy voice this morning, excuse me. Not sure why. Probably because I haven't used my voice a whole lot all weekend. We did get to see our daughter for a little while and our granddaughters on Christmas Day at a distance and with masks because they recently had COVID. Another year ruined by COVID, but we at least got to see them a little bit and exchange some gifts. We didn't hang out too long. My daughter's still got the cold part of it, or you know, but she did test negative. Everybody tested negative. We tested negative, so we're all okay. No worries. We're all better. Thank you all for your prayers and good wishes, because it worked. We're all good. So we didn't get it. My husband and I did not. We tested negative the whole time, but we had been with them during the outbreak and didn't know it. And they didn't know it when they saw us either. So they had no idea and that they were carrying it, but we had our shots, and so we are good. All right. So I want to add a word, but I'm going to wait for that one because this is my cover right here. And she was supposed to have some book page. So now I'm sort of like, oops, that book page was supposed to be for her. So let's see if I really want any for her. I may not, because I love all of this. This is just stunning. I know that goes to that pocket back there. Hopefully I remember. The paper clips are kind of a visual reminder, so I don't forget where I want to go. Do I have any like little bits? No, I don't. I don't want a lot of book page, but I do like the vintage look of these really old book pages. Also, it's in Italian, which is pretty romantic language, so that and French, which, you know, I like to use both Italian and French in my, mainly because the books nowadays are just so trashy. You know, I don't know. Sometimes you get bad words or a sentence you don't notice, and then people are upset with you. So it's kind of best to yeah, I think we'll just put a little under her. I don't feel like I need that on the bottom. Boy, it's hard to, I mean, this rips really easy. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to make your fingers, you know, do a circle. What? You want me to tear in a circle? What? No. Ripping usually means just rip helter skelter. So, so I hope you're all having a fabulous Tuesday. Normally I film for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but because of the holiday weekend, I didn't film over the weekend, so I don't have a Monday for you. So this will show, hopefully air Tuesday morning, 5 a.m., something like that. I'm going to try to get back to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, but lately Mondays have not worked out. So it may be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't really, I mean, I've always had kind of a set filming schedule, loosely. So we'll see. We'll see how I do. I just noticed her dress was going to be off. No. Trying to get her dress on that corner, but still show some paper. Ooh, I noticed the glue came through on that. That's never happened before. It might be this Italian book page too. All right, now I want to add a word. And I have to decide, these words are from a Jewel Design. These are in her shop. She has 3 different colors in this, and I need to reprint. I can see because I seem to be missing a color. So I think I want the one that's a little bit darker looking. And let's see. Ooh, beauty. I think that's a really good one. Let me find my little scissors. Where did I put my little scissors? I had to move them to a new place. They were just getting trashed where I was putting them. So I don't know about you, but if you could see my rooms, for those of you who are new, I have a huge 15 by 18 sewing studio. And then I have my paper crafting room, which is probably 12 by 12, 10 by 12, something like that, which is where I'm sitting right now. It's fairly good size, but right now they are complete and total disaster, full of Christmas everything, from making ornaments and cards and, oh, you name it, as gifts for Christmas. My sewing studio looks like a paper crafting studio because it is just full of stuff everywhere. I have to put everything away. And here it's from making, you know, ephemera and doing the December daily tag challenge with Tracy Fox over in her group. So I have quite a mess to clean up, I have to tell you. So I'm going to be doing some major cleaning and reorganizing this week. I like to do that the first of every year. I'm trying to decide, should she be on that side or that side? I go over here. I don't want to fuss around too much. I'm not into my creative groove yet. I got to get going. I haven't made a video in a few days. And so and then I hadn't been making too many videos recently, just in general. So normally I would put some lace or something behind that, but this paper is so busy behind this. I do want to put a little something down here. Let me see, what do I have in my lace box? Oh dear. So I just fussy cut these out of some papers. I think these are Laurette designs that I got these. So I just want to put a little tiny bit. I have these little tiny laces that I'm going to be sad when I run out because, yeah, I just want a little something. I don't want anything that's going to jump out and smack you saying, here I am, here I am. I do want to cut this off right here. And there is a top, front, and a back to this lace. It's just very delicate, very fine, just a little small something at the bottom. Just kind of finishes it off. And I think it'll give it a little, want to keep it in that Victorian, Edwardian, Regency era. I think this is Victorian. I don't know. I got to look up my ladies. I collect them from all eras, and I have a thing for them, for those of you who don't know that. I do shabby chic. I do vintage, Victorian, antique, sometimes a little grunge, not too much, but more grunge in the idea of vintage and Victorian. And, sorry, I might have to put my head in here. Hopefully I didn't, because I didn't do my hair today. Not in the mood. I just wanted to craft. I was awake all night thinking of things. My little creative brain was like, no, you're not sleeping. You're going to make things in your sleep. You're going to be thinking about all the projects you're going to be doing. And I have a lot of them. So hopefully you won't get tired of seeing videos from me, because I have all kinds of projects. Some you may have seen, but a long time ago. Some you may have never seen. If you're new to journal making, you won't have seen any of them. So some you'll seen versions of it. I usually like to... Okay, Laurette, come on, you can do this. It is a very cool, wet day here in California. It's probably in the 40s right now. It rained all night long, kept us awake a little bit with the pounding on the roof, but that's good. I love the sound of rain. Once I realized what it was, I went right back to sleep. I love the sound of rain hitting on the roof, because we have a vault. Our bedroom's vaulted, the ceiling is, and so there's no attic between us and the rain. So we hear all of it, and oh, I love it. It's like my favorite thing to listen to the rain. Unless it's a really nasty storm, then it's a little scary. Then it's a little scary. But so it's very wet. It's been raining for days and days and days. It rained Christmas. Oh my gosh, so funny. Told my husband, it's getting kind of dark. Maybe we should load the car. It might rain on us. The minute we step out the door to load the car with Christmas presents for my daughter and her family, it rained. So we go back inside. We have something to eat. And then I said, well, honey, it's getting dark again. Maybe we should get going and, get over to our daughter's and open presents. Normally we do it first thing in the morning, but with COVID, our whole traditions were out the window. So we didn't go. The teenagers, everyone was sleeping in. They were in no hurry to get up and open Christmas presents. So we didn't go over there till the afternoon. So I told my husband, okay, well, let's get going. Honest to God, the minute we walked out the door to get in the car, it poured on us. And then we get to our daughter's and it poured again. And we're like, this is ridiculous. But it went quit raining in between. And then we go home. It did it again. And we're like, what is this? So I don't know if we just weren't supposed to be outside in the rain, or we were just supposed to enjoy. I mean, I love the rain, so I didn't care, big deal, it's water, but it was just funny. We were trying to stay dry, and it's like, I give up. I'll just stand here and take a shower now and let it rain on me. So I have a great raincoat, so I wasn't worried about it, but I didn't want the presents to get wet, when we were getting there. So, you just never know. But it's been great. California's been in a drought for a number of years. So every bit of rain, which leads to snow in the Sierras, we're on the central coast of California. Every bit of rain is just so necessary. And snowpack is like, absolutely, that's where we get our water in this valley, is from the snowpack. So up in Tahoe. So we need it to rain. So, and give us a lot of snow. And plus the ski resorts are just, they're starving to death up there. And the businesses and the hotels, because of COVID, and then no snow. I mean, oh my gosh, they're just hurting. So right now the roads, they had whiteout conditions on Sunday. So everything has been closed up there until after, all that clears up. But, as soon as they can, I know they'll open the ski resorts, and it'll be wonderful for those who love to ski, or, just love the I'm not a skier anymore. I wiped out my knee at 16, so no skiing for me. Also killed my ballet career. I was studying to be a ballerina, professional dancer in a company, and had a young man talk me into going down the ski slopes when I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I wiped out my knee, and that was the end of my career, my training, and pretty much the end of everything for my knee, because back then, way back then, they didn't have very good care for your knee, and now, you know, you have to pay for that later in life. So it's like, oh my gosh, so no skiing for me. But I do love to sit inside at the fire and look out the window. I love to watch it snow. I like to toboggan or go down on an inner tube, or, you know, play in the snow. But can't say my arthritis likes it, but I do like all that stuff. I don't think I would be good in a place that has snow 24/7. I don't know if I could live in Montana. Boy, I just really admire Gail. Although they haven't had as much snow as they normally do either. Their snowpack is way down. They had a very dry summer as well, and lots of fires. So we're hoping all this rain will kind of put the kibosh on that. Now, I don't know. Oh, dear. Where did I have this one? Oops, I think this one was here. Yeah, here. Here it was. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to add my pockets. These are just flat little pockets. I didn't do any gusseted pockets. These are just so you could slide a little journal card or tag in it, you know, which I probably will do. And I'm going to line it up with the outside because I want to stay away from the fold line, because there is going to be a paper pad there. Come on, you. Now stop moving around on me. Really? Really? Oh, I see why why am I having trouble? Because there are pearls on the other side. I should have put these on before I put the pearls on. It's sliding around. I can't get it to adhere. I'm always anxious to do the covers and then make it difficult for myself later. Come on, you little stinker. Get up there. I cut this, I guess I cut it more crooked than I thought. I've got a new tip for my glue bottle. I think I need to get it out. That one's looking pretty bad. Then we've got one over here. So let's put, these come out of the little bits and pieces pads, and the papers I just cut out, you know, things that an image that I see or like. Again, we want to make sure we're kind of giving us room to fold. And one more. And oh, that got stuck somehow. I shouldn't have ripped that off. Whoops. Must have been stuck to the lace. Oh, boy. So I did put a little thumb notch there on these. Thumb hole for pockets. I don't think you didn't need to see me putting glue on here, but doggone. I'll have to ink that right there since I ripped that. Yikes. Careful when you rip something off like that. You don't know what you're going to get. I think that's kind of impeding the fold a little bit. You know, that art glitter glue, boy, that's down for good. Okay, so there. Now, see? Pockets. Folded pocket notebook. So as you can see, we can put goodies in the pockets if you want. You could put pockets all the way across if you want. Straight across the whole bottom. And make it a pocket book where you just put note cards and tags and, journal cards in it. If you're making a bigger version, you don't have to add the paper. I've never done the paper one. I've done these before in videos last year. You'll find them in my listings videos, where I put pockets all the way across and I just make it a pocketbook, but I've not done the add the whole notebook thing. So I thought I would give that a shot. So let's see. This just has the one notebook. So let's grab some of the papers and I'm going to turn it like this. Let's see if I can have any luck. I watched this being done on a couple of other videos that weren't this project, but it was how they glued in. I wanted to see how do you glue them in. So first you're going to line up where you want it to be, and then you're going to take your glue and you're going to put it right in the crack, right exactly where and you just want a very fine line. And you're going to push this up to it. I'm going to bring this down. And it's only going to glue, obviously, this piece in, if I put enough glue in there, which I'm not sure I did. I'm going to hold that down for a minute. Excuse my raspy voice this morning, my goodness. Okay, allergies probably. All right, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to pull this back just a little bit. And I shouldn't do that. Bad habit. When I don't have hands, I put it in my mouth. That's from sewing with pins in my mouth for years, which I'm sure they tell you not to do, but ask any seamstress, we all do it. We all do it. We just try not to swallow a pin. Okay, and then we're going to do the next one. We're just going to go right up the line. And we're going to put it in. So if you don't want to stitch, you can glue. It's not very fast, that's for sure. And then you're going to put another one. Well, I don't know. It's pretty quick. I mean, I could probably get these in. Now, I will have to check and see if this glued, which it did not because I moved it too soon. So I will. Oh, no, it's glued. There we go. The only thing is it might stick a little bit to the back sheet, but otherwise, there you have it. I'm going to give it a minute. I'm using my hands, I'll warm through my hands to dry the glue. This dries very fast, but like I said, the room is very cool today. I do have the window open for some fresh air after all the rain. I love the smell of fresh rain. And there you have your first little notebook is in. Oh, that one moved on me. Ugh. Here, I thought I did such a good job. Try this again. Probably just didn't put enough glue. I was trying to just be very delicate with the glue and don't put enough in there. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not as great, you know, as like when you use a sewing machine, but I normally would pull out my sewing machine if I could find a surface to put it on. I would have to bring it over here, and right now there's so much stuff in front of it, you would hear a horrendous crash if I tried to bring that sewing machine over here. I promise next time I need to do something like this, I'll do that for those of you who like to stitch. So, alrighty, they're in there. Now, that little, see, there you go, the first one's in. Now, what's going to happen is if you add 2 more, we're going to get a pretty fat little book here. But that's okay because we can take some, let's see, what do I have close by? I don't want to have to dig out my big jar. I have a huge, 3-4 huge jars of my scrap cabin. I thought I pulled out the vintage one of these. Is this vintage? No, that's Dusty Pink. I had a vintage rose that I pulled out to use on these particular projects. Oh, I did. It's on the floor. Oh, excuse me. All right, because I need that. I will bend down and get it. I mean, I think it goes with that, but ooh, clashes with that. No, I know what I need, and of course it's in a jar. So, I can't get to that jar right now. I don't think I have. Did I leave it out for any other projects? I'm looking around, don't mind me. I don't have it. I don't want to just cut a random strip because I hate to waste that stuff, you know. But you could tie it with a pretty little ribbon or bow. Let me see if I have any ribbon. You know, I didn't pull up my, naughty girl here. I did not pull up my cart next to me like I usually do when I'm working. I have to get into some new habits, but like I said, the minute this room is clean, I will. Oh, here's some of my ribbons. Let's see, what have I got? One of my 8 billion ribbons. This might be really pretty on there. I think this would work. I don't know how long I need it, so. Those are sort of all my creams and pinks. Oh, for my shabby and my vintage. I'll glue up. I'm going to glue the rest of these in later off camera. I mean, you don't want to sit and watch me glue, but you get the idea that you will have a notebook there and there. And here she is all done. Real pretty. I really like that. I feel like I need something here. I feel like I need some more pearls. You know, I'm back to my pearls and bling. I'm going to add a little more sparkle this year, I think, instead of just pearls. Oops, I don't want to use those scissors. I'll ruin them. Okay, and I like to use, for those of you who are new, I use odd numbers in pearls, in ephemera. I like to use 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9s when I'm doing clusters or pearls or anything, you know, where you're putting multiples on. And because the eye prefers that. I'm not sure what that is. I learned that in interior design many, many years ago. As I've said in other videos, there we go. So you basically have 2 fronts if you look at it. This one doesn't have a word. I don't know that she needs one because she has her roses here. Let's see if I have anything that I might like there. Flourish is pretty. Majestic is good. Pretty is good. There's a million words here that I could use. Do I want a lighter word though? I like the word royal. Let's see if I like that on there. You know, I have forgotten where all of my ephemera is. I haven't used really any of my stuff in because I've been working on design team projects. I've kind of forgotten where all my ephemera is, where I keep all of my little words, where I keep all my little bits and pieces. I don't know where I put anything, so I'm going to have to, as I'm cleaning my room, refamiliarize myself with where I keep everything. Now, I keep these on a little round ring hanging on my cart. That's why they're on that. So, for those of you who don't know that, I know a lot of you that watch this all the time are like, we know, but you got to realize I have 1,090, and that just happened. So I do have quite a few brand new people who are watching who don't know anything about, unless they're watching some of my other videos, and I don't know if they are. So I have to assume a bunch of you, several hundred of you, don't know. Covers up quite a bit. I don't really want to cover that up there. I could put it there, but I don't want to cover her arm up. So I think I'm happy with just a word on the one side. I think I'm okay with that. I seem to remember that I have this is sitting on my desk here, and it has all kinds of goodies that I use. Numbers. Oh, there's numbers. Could add a tiny little number. Maybe I could add a number. I've got them in all sizes and colors and see words, more words, in all kinds of colors. And I've got Tracy Fox, and I have ladies galore, just all kinds of goodies. So, I mean, I have all these things in front of me. I just haven't looked at in months because I think I started Christmas 3 months ago before. Now, I'm not really sure what I want to put in all these little pockets. So like that one, I have backed it so it could be written on, because a lot of these had a two-sided, they're two-sided. I know I'm a little distracted, you guys. I don't know why. Not distracted, just not, I'm not in my groove yet. But this is just my very first video. There are many more to come. I like that, just not that big. I want a littler one. I don't like to dig in the bag. How about this? This is a number 9. It's already inked. Could just add it. Yeah, I want to add a little something. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I don't really think I need to decorate the pockets because they are all beautiful printed. So there we go. That's one I must have inked and didn't use. Boy, my hand eye is off today. That's it. Boy, I'm just struggling. All right, I'll get it. Be patient with me. I promise the next video will be much, much better. This is just a quick little project. I thought it would be easy to get started with something that I'd already prepped. I did prep. I don't normally, just so you guys know, I don't normally prep. I usually do it all. All my videos are usually, you know, process, meaning you get to watch my whole process. I got some on this. I mean, she's got a number there. Does she need one on the front? I could put a little one right there. I wonder if I have a little, I don't think the pink is very pretty. We'll see. Well, that's kind of pretty. Let's see if we like that. Oops. Cut it straight, Laurette. Shoot. I do better with the big scissors on these little, I don't know why, but I just do. Now this one, I know, I didn't check that last one, but a lot of these are on sticker paper. So we'll see if this is a sticker. Probably didn't need to, I probably didn't need to glue that last one. It was probably on sticker paper. There we go. There we are. That feels better. I don't know why. I just felt like it needed a little something. I have to get back to the groove. You know, I love my Christmas. There are so much ephemera to use in your Christmas journals. Just tons and tons and tons of it. And there just isn't as much to use in your regular daily ones. So it's kind of a bummer because I'm going to miss having so many choices. But there you go. Oh, is that on a sticker? You know what, guys? It is. Look at, that's a sticker. Uh-oh. Okay. Now what? Because if I pull that off, can I get that? It's a sticker back, so maybe it will come off. Oh my goodness, you guys, can you believe it? That was a sticker. Okay, because I knew it wouldn't stay on. That's the thing. That's the reason I'm peeling it off. Okay, so now I'm going to peel it off the sticker back. There we go. Now it will stay on. Here, let me make sure I get off that. And we're going to put that directly over where it was, but just something told me, check to see if that's a sticker. And it is. I forgot. See? Haven't used these in so long. I completely forgot. Yikes. All right. There we are. For a lovely little project. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow. Well, this is definitely way too long. I can see already. I got crazy with the ribbon. Let me look one more time to see if there's any. I should look to see if I have any little tags I can put in there. Let me go through I have a little packet here with all the stuff from the kits. Let me see if there's anything in here I want to put in there that I've cut. I cut a bunch of stuff off of the paper pad. I don't know. I guess I will probably just fill it up, you know, when I get it all done, you know, when I get all the pages, the little booklets glued in, I will share it with you on my next video. And I'll show you if I put any little cards in it or if I added anything else. I always show the beginning of the next video the things that I did. But this will help keep it closed. I don't think a magnet or anything is, or even Velcro is necessary. Kind of heavy for that, I think. I think it's kind of too heavy. It needs to be a satin ribbon, I think. Don't worry, that won't go to waste. It will get used. It'll just go back on the roll, and I'll pull it off next time I'm going to make something. How about this one? This one's pretty. A little bit thinner, more delicate. Let's try that one. I don't think we need it quite as long. Watch, I'll cut this one too short. Doesn't that just happen? It's either too long or too short. Don't you love it? Okie dokie. Let me clean up a little bit of this mess I have created on my desk here. Put away some of our toys. Like I said, I can't wait to clean up my Christmas mess. Yikes, it's such a mess, you guys. Oh, goodness. I really had a good time with Christmas this year, though, I will say. I did. I loved everything I made and did all my projects. It was a lot of fun. I really got into it this year, and I Christmas crafted all the way to the very last second, which I never, ever do. I think it's because of having a YouTube channel. I was inspired to just keep creating, and I've never... Has been years and years since I crafted right up to Christmas. When my kids were young, I was always making things, you know, their presents, their clothes, whatever, for Christmas because we didn't have a lot of money. My husband was the sole supporter, and I stayed home with the kids, and I would have home-based businesses, but when they were little, you know, I made their clothes, and I made a lot of their toys and dolls and stuffed animals, and I sewed just about everything you could think of for them. So I was always crafting right up to Christmas, but not so much fun. It was fun, but not like this. So this was fun this year. I really enjoyed every second of it. So there you go. Isn't that a pretty little piece? I really like that. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a quick little piece. I made it look harder than it is. It really isn't this hard. I did round the corners on the front and back, and then left the squares in between. I suppose I could cut those, but I didn't want to compromise the corners, you know, where we were going to put the pages in at. So I think that came out really cute, you guys. I'm really happy with it. It's 6, so the total height is 6 inches by 3 inches. So that's 3 by 6 when you're all done. And that will fit nicely into a journal. If you want to put it in a journal and you want it to be flat, just don't add the notebook paper or add less. I just added 3 sheets each and folded them in half. So you had 6 pages, you know, and then, so that would give you 12 writing surfaces on each set. So I think that's a pretty good little size project. So I want to thank you all for coming along and hanging out with me in my studio. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I had a great time, and I promise that the next one will be better. And I have some fun projects, some bigger projects coming up. I have a wonderful clutch journal cover. I have some fun, not your standard journal stuff. You know me, I don't generally do too many standard journals, although I have vowed to try to do some journals this year. We'll see. It's not usually my thing. I like all the accessories that go for journals and stuff like that. So anyway, I've got more fun projects to share with you, including the tall tag that you guys all wanted to see, the tall gift tag holder. I'm going to be doing that for you on video since you all requested it, along with fun projects to come. So take care, everyone. I will see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.